While Sophia and the Virgin Mother schemed, Ayatollah Khorassini had vans with loudspeakers drive through the bazaars of the Arab world, broadcasting his disapproval of metaphysical betting. Muslim priests, after calling the faithful to prayer from minarets, would add, "And remember, whatever you do, don't bet." On the 6th of September, the Afro-West Indian United Council of Churches, with an estimated 40,000 members, concluded that it was remarkably foolish to make metaphysical bets. The Union of Welsh Independence, which a week before had lost half its ministers due to a debt caused by metaphysical betting, declared the whole thing a ruse of the most despicable order. The same day, 1,025 former places of worship were put on the market when the Free Church folded due to impossible financial difficulties. The inaugural lecture of Who Knows College went something like this. About 30 students and myself sat in the damp brown lecture theatre. An absence of dust showed where, before, a giant cross has been hung on the wall. Two hours earlier, the Independent Methodists had ceased to exist, and the United Synagogue had made a statement claiming that metaphysical betting was the silliest thing it had ever heard of. That morning, the Financial Times had printed an article claiming that the Vatican Bank, the Institute for the Works of Religion, was close to calling in the receivers. This the Vatican strongly denied, but Pope Ingram, during a lunchtime appearance on Italian TV, asked all elderly Catholics who intended to leave money to the Church in their wills to kindly hand over their gifts immediately. Everyone had their pens and notebooks out. Edgar limped into the room still wearing his bulletproof jacket and helmet, waved at us and said, "Aloha." We said aloha back. Then Edgar stood behind his lectern and said, "There is not enough love and kindness in the world to permit us to give any of it away to imaginary beings such as God." It was, like so much of what Edgar said, a paraphrase of Friedrich Nietzsche. After that, Edgar talked about the similarity of religion to sport, the fact that they both generally took place at weekends, both used language no one else seemed to understand, involved men wearing stupid-looking costumes, and most importantly revolved around utterly meaningless rules and conventions. At one point during his inaugural lecture, when Edgar asked if there were any questions, a student at the back asked about miracles. Edgar said that only a really hardcore nut could believe, or even want to believe, that a god would intervene in the world in utterly stupid little ways, curing a head cold here, a brain tumour there. Edgar Malroy said that such a god would have to be hysterical and incontinent. Edgar said that those who believe God will remove verrucas from the faithful while letting the non-believers die of starvation in their millions needed serious medical attention. Edgar said that such a god would have to be abolished if he existed, and that places like Lourdes ought to be evacuated and then carpet bombed.